Miss Dutchins, and I'm going to show you guys how to do the Preamble Google Slide activity. So this is an assignment that I've done in previous years, but we usually do it on a poster, so paper. So for this, just to adapt to digital learning, we're going to be doing it on a Google Slides. So I am going to go through each of these slides, and and then you should know what to do. Okay, so for the first slide, it's just the directions that I'm making right now. So once I'm done with them, you'll see the box of the directions right here. For the second slide, what I did is I gave you like this video of the School of Rock preamble. It's the same little video that was in the assignment you did earlier this week. It's just a good video to watch if you're having trouble thinking of like what kind of pictures and images you're going to use for the parts of the preamble. So I actually recommend that you watch this to get an idea of what you're going to use for your poster or Google Slides. If you need help on how to insert your drawing or click, you're going to click below. This button is also going to be available on each slide. So if I push tap here, this is going to take me to the same kind of video. If you guys remember from the French and Indian War comic book thing, I showed you guys how to draw an image on paper and then transfer it to a Google slide. So if you don't remember how to do that, anytime you guys see this button that says tap here, you can click that and it will take you to the video that'll show you how to do that. So for this assignment, you're going to be drawing different things for each part of the preamble. Now, I am going to let you use Google Images, but not in the way where you're just going to put one Google image and then call it a day. You can do a collage of Google Images and your own drawings. That's the only way that I want to see Google Images being used. And this is an example from a student is where she used Google Images, but then she drew her own pictures and she made like a little collage of those pictures. So this is the only way that I want to see Google Images is through this right here, which is a mixture of your own drawings and Google Images. So for the student example of what it would look like on a poster, I included a picture of what it would look like if you were doing it on a poster. And so what it is it breaks down the preamble into different parts, and then they drew a picture that represents that part of the preamble. For instance, the first part is "We the People." You would have a picture representing "We the People." So right here they drew a bunch of little people and then American flag. So what you're going to do is you're going to get a breakdown of each part of the preamble, and you're going to have to come up with a picture that represents that part. So what I have for each slides is I gave you one line of the preamble, and then you're going to add an image that represents this phrase in the preamble. You're going to hand draw this image. So draw it on a piece of paper, then you're going to take a picture with your iPad and then insert the image here. Again, if you want to use Google Images, you will have to use it in a way that is using Google Images and your drawings. So you're collaging it like this. I don't want to just see a Google image just right here and that's it. You can either have a mix of Google Images and your own drawings or just your drawing. The next part would be in order to form a more perfect union. So again, if you're not understanding the words, I would go back to the assignment that you guys did on Monday and Tuesday because it went over this information. Or I would also watch the video that on this slide up here that goes through each of these little parts. You have established justice. So again, you insert your image here. And then what I did is, because it's a little bit of a longer assignment, it's just you'll always have this slide here that just says, remember this is due tomorrow, you don't need to rush through it. So if you need help, these are the different ways you can ask for help. So then you get to ensure domestic tranquility. Remember that if you're having trouble inserting the image, there's a little tap here button that will take you to a video that'll show you how to insert your image, your drawing. You have provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity. To ordain and establish this Constitution for the United States of America. So if you're having trouble with certain words, my advice to you is to look up these words and look for a synonym. So let's say I'm having the trouble with the word liberty. I don't understand what that means. So you're going to go to a thesaurus and you're going to type in liberty. And I'm just going to show you how to look up words that you're having trouble with. So I'm going to look up liberty. And then it will show me different words that mean the same thing as liberty. So we have self-government, we have choice, independence. You've got all these things that help you with understanding what liberty means, because you're getting a synonym that kind of means the same thing. You can also look at the definitions on the same thing, so thesaurus.com. So if I look on the definition of liberty, it's freedom from an arbitrary despotic government or control. So what it talked about, self-government. It talked about independence. So you're free from a controlling government. So that's what it means by liberty. So I recommend, if you're having trouble with words, either using a thesaurus and finding words that are similar, and then that way it'll help you, or using the dictionary and looking up the meanings of those words, because it's going to help you with what you need to draw. So once you get to slide 15, you're going to go ahead and go to page 15 of your student notebook number 2, and you're going to complete the question on page 15. Make sure you get that in as soon as possible. Next week's going to be the last 3 pages of this digital notebook number 2, so make sure that you are getting your pages done because it is due next week. And then, as always, don't forget to hit turn in or mark as done in Google Classroom. So if you have any questions about the assignment or you need extra help, just let me know through a Remind or the Google Meet or through a Google private comment, and I will help you out. But you do need to ask or else I won't know to help you. So yeah, that's it. So thank you for listening.